Alright, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are cutting straight through the relentless hype to bring you the results of 40 real-world tests across ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. Every single week there's a new voice out there claiming to know which AI chatbot is objectively the absolute best. But the problem, most of those tests are heavily sponsored, they rely on lazy, single-prompt gimmicks, or they completely ignore whether the AI actually has the guts to admit when it just doesn't know something. So today, we're putting all that noise aside to find the exact right tool for your specific job.
To do this, I completely threw out the static benchmarks. Instead, I ran actual, everyday tasks. The stuff you and I actually do on a Tuesday afternoon. We're talking about debugging a ridiculously messy Python script, writing a really difficult email to a client, summarizing incredibly complex topics, and testing out image generation. I asked the exact same questions, 3 completely different ways, across the 3 biggest AI assistants people are actually paying for right now. 0 sponsorships, just a completely honest, unbiased breakdown of what actually happened.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with 1, meet the 3 AI contenders, then head into 2, coding and technical reasoning, 3, writing and conversation styles, 4, research, accuracy and visuals, 5, price, privacy and ecosystems, and finally wrap up with 6, the final AI verdict. Let's jump right into section 1, meet the 3 AI contenders.
Before we pit them against each other, let's quickly set the stage. ChatGPT, created by OpenAI, is the one that kicked off this massive boom back in 2022, and it definitely still commands the largest user base. Then we've got Claude. This was built by Anthropic, a company actually founded by former OpenAI researchers, and they've placed a massive emphasis on safety and long context reasoning. And finally, there's Gemini. This is Google's model, and it's being deeply and natively woven straight into Google Search, Android, Docs, and Gmail. Now, here's a secret practically nobody says out loud. These companies are shipping updates constantly, like all the time. Whatever static benchmark score you saw last month, yeah, it's probably entirely useless today. And that is exactly why testing real tasks right now is the only metric that actually matters.
Moving on to section 2, coding and technical reasoning. So, when it comes to coding, there is no single universal winner. It totally depends on your workflow. I threw a totally broken Python data cleaning script at them, tossed in an intentional off-by-1 error, and asked for a messy refactoring job. Across all of those tests, Claude consistently proved itself as the absolute champion for sustained multi-file debugging. It doesn't just hand you a random fix, it explains exactly why that fix works, and it retains context perfectly during long back-and-forth sessions. ChatGPT, though, it's your fast, versatile all-rounder. Its latest reasoning modes are absolute powerhouses for math-heavy or algorithmic problems. And then we have Gemini. Gemini has this unbelievably massive context window. That means if your ideal use case is dumping an entire huge codebase or a gigantic server log file directly into the prompt, Gemini literally will not lose track of the details.
All right, section 3, writing and conversation styles.
Writing is really where the underlying personality of these models shines through. Claude completely avoids that generic, robotic AI sound. It relies way less on cliches, drops that relentlessly upbeat marketing tone, and it perfectly holds on to a specific tone you request throughout a super long piece. Basically, if you want natural, human-sounding writing, Claude is totally unmatched. On the flip side, ChatGPT is incredibly polished right out of the gate. Because millions of people have been refining prompting patterns for it, it's incredibly flexible and just perfectly structured for professional business writing. If you need a polished client email, a crisp summary, or a clean outline, ChatGPT is your immediate go-to, hands down.
Now, looking at Gemini's writing profile, it's kind of different. In our testing, it occasionally falls back on this really safety-hedged tone. And honestly, it can feel just a bit generic when you ask it to weigh in on opinion-adjacent topics. But, and this is a big but, do not underestimate the supreme convenience here. If your writing already lives inside Google Docs or Gmail, Gemini's native integration makes drafting incredibly frictionless. So while it might not win on raw literary quality, it absolutely crushes it on workflow convenience.
Let's dive into section 4, research, accuracy, and visuals.
First off, we need to talk about the word multimodal. This is the ability of an AI to natively understand, process, and combine text, images, audio, PDFs, and charts all at the exact same time. It's like a giant puzzle, and the AI can see all the pieces at once. Google built Gemini from the ground up to be multimodal. If you upload a blurry photo of a messy whiteboard or a screenshot of a super convoluted error message, Gemini handles it flawlessly. It's genuinely impressive. ChatGPT, meanwhile, has taken a slightly different path, completely dominating the space of built-in, creative image generation right there inside your chat conversation.
The distinct advantages here are fascinating.
Gemini relies heavily on live Google search and its knowledge graph, which makes it absolutely incredible for time-sensitive queries. Think current events or live sports scores. ChatGPT utilizes web browsing with a massive plugin ecosystem and provides really strong citations. But Claude stands out in a totally unique way when it comes to research. It is careful. It will explicitly admit when it is uncertain or when information might have changed, rather than just confidently guessing. And while Claude doesn't actually generate images, its visual and document strength is vastly superior when you need to reason through dense, structured PDFs and complex data reports.
And that brings us to a massively important takeaway. Absolutely none of these models are perfect. All three will occasionally get details completely wrong, especially when you get into really niche topics. So, if you're working on anything medical, legal, or financial, click through and verify the source yourself. Please do not skip that step. I know it is incredibly tempting to just trust the neat, perfectly formatted summary on your screen, but for anything that truly matters, that citation is just your starting point.
Next up is Section 5, Price, Privacy, and Ecosystems. Now, all three of these platforms offer highly capable free tiers. But if you're using this for daily professional work, you'll want the paid power user tiers, which generally sit right in this $15 to $25 monthly price range. Just a quick word of warning though, exact pricing and API usage limits change literally all the time. Always check their live official pricing pages before you pull out your credit card, because in the AI world, numbers change faster than the models hallucinate. On the privacy front, there are a few absolute facts you need to be aware of. All three models do allow you to opt your conversations out of their training data. However, the default settings differ wildly between the platforms. You really need to manually dive into your account settings to double-check what you're sharing. More importantly, if you're handling sensitive company or client data, you really shouldn't be using the free consumer products at all. You absolutely must review the enterprise and business tiers because their data protection and handling terms are significantly stricter and meaningfully different from the defaults.
And finally, Section 6, the final AI verdict.
It all comes down to this one question. And honestly, the answer isn't about which AI is objectively the smartest or the best in a vacuum. It is 100% about the specific shape of the task you are about to sit down and do right now.
So here is how you cut through all the noise. Step 1. If your entire workflow is heavily based inside Google Docs, Sheets, and Gmail, and you frequently need lightning-fast live information, go with Gemini. Step 2. If you want the broadest possible toolset, a huge plugin network, and the ability to seamlessly generate creative images right in your chat, choose ChatGPT. Step 3. If you are doing heavy, multi-file coding, writing long-form content that actually needs to sound human, or you're trying to make sense of dense corporate PDFs, Claude is your winner.
But wait, here's a completely unexpected strategy that real power users rely on, and honestly, it is the smartest move you can make. If you can afford it, or even if you're just using the free tiers, the ultimate strategy is to keep two different AI accounts open simultaneously. Just run your really important questions or complex prompts through both models at the exact same time.
So why do we do this? Well, because the disagreement between two AI models is often way more useful than either answer alone. It shows you exactly where the uncertainty lies. Think about it. If Claude and ChatGPT give you two completely different answers to a coding problem or a research query, you instantly know where the blind spots are. It highlights the exact nuance you need to go investigate yourself, which ultimately makes you a much sharper, far more informed evaluator of the output.
I really hope this explainer saved you from downloading yet another app you don't actually need and gave you a highly practical roadmap for getting real work done. So tell me, based on your workflow, which assistant are you going to trust today? And more importantly, what are you going to do when they inevitably disagree? Keep experimenting, keep verifying, and I will see you in the next explainer.